the symptoms. And these are the patients who are having a travel history and they are having exposure to the COVID-19 patient. So what we will do with them, separate from the rest of the patient. This is the main aim of the triage process, that we have to separate these patients from the rest of the patients. Place the patient in a single person room with the door closed or in other designated areas if we are not having enough closed door rooms. Ensure healthcare personnel caring for the patient adhere to standard contact and droplet precautions. Only essential healthcare personnel with designated roles should enter these rooms and wear appropriate personal protective equipment. Information should be given to whom notify the hospital infection control program and other appropriate staff. So here this chart and this questionnaire should be at the triage area so that we can handle these patients. That patients are having the symptoms should be separated and those contacts and having exposure and travel history should be separated from the rest of the patients, and then they will be analyzed what type of treatment and investigation they need. Now, set up a respiratory waiting area for suspected COVID-19 patients. This is an additional thing in the triage facility. And the role of this waiting area is why we need this respiratory area. So, healthcare facilities without enough single isolation rooms. So, if we do not have the enough single isolation rooms, then we need this respiratory waiting area. Or those located in areas with high community transmission, lot of patients are coming. So then we will be unable to handle that surge without establishing this respiratory waiting area. And we should designate a separate well-ventilated area when patients at risk for COVID-19 can wait. So this is the concept of the respiratory waiting area. This area should have benches, stalls, or chairs separated by at least 1 meter distance. So to prevent the infection in between those people who are in this waiting area. It should have dedicated toilets and hand hygiene stations. Post clear signs informing patients of the location of respiratory waiting area. As regarding the registration desk of the triage, here these clear signs should also be there at the entrance and at the triage area, that where is the respiratory waiting area, so the patient can go to the respiratory waiting area. Train the registration desk staff to direct patients immediately to these areas after registration. Provide paper tissues, alcohol-based hand rub, and trash bin with lid for respiratory waiting area. These are the essential items which should be present almost in every place of the triage area, including this respiratory waiting area. Develop a process to reduce the amount of time patients spend in this respiratory area, because more they stay in this respiratory area, there are more chances that these patients will get the infection, or if somebody is infected, they may transmit the infection. So how can we reduce this waiting area time? Which the other measure which we can take, that allocation of additional staff to triage patients at high risk of COVID-19, so that we should be able to handle the lot of people who are coming to the triage area. If more and more staff is there, so we will clear them early. So the waiting time in these waiting areas will be less. Another thing is setting up a notification system that allows patients to wait in a personal vehicle. For example, they can go outside and they can stay in their own car. But there's outside of the facility, if medically appropriate. So, are in a place that social distance can be maintained. So it is not necessary that all the patients should keep on waiting in the respiratory waiting area. So they can be also advised that if they can wait outside where the social distance can be maintained, and they can wait in their car. But then, what is the other important thing? That there should be a call system. We should be able to call them by phone or other remote method for evaluation on their turn. So we should have a communication with them. because in respiratory area we can call them, but how we will call them from the vehicle, or they are standing outside maintaining the social distance, then we should establish some system like a phone or other remote method that we should be able to call them when their turn comes for evaluation. Now is the triage process, that when the people come to this facility, so what process should be done? What should be actually done in this triage area? First, the face mask. Face mask should be given to patients with the respiratory system as soon as they get to the facility, if they do not already have one. All patients in the respiratory waiting area should wear a face mask. If face masks are not available, provide tissue papers or request the patient to cover their nose and mouth with a scarf or t-shirt during the entire triage process, including while in the respiratory waiting area. Triage protocol. Follow triage protocol and immediately isolate separate patients at high risk for COVID-19 in single person rooms with doors closed and designated respiratory waiting areas. Because all the patients who are coming to the triage area, it doesn't mean that they are the cases of the COVID-19. Because of their own anxiety, because of their own apprehension, they may come for the testing. So, but we have to separate them and categorize them. And those patients who are having high risk, as we discussed in the definitions of the cases of COVID-19, so those should be separated and they should be sent to the closed door rooms, and they then should be evaluated by the designated healthcare staff, or they should be taken to the respiratory waiting area. So in the triage, limit the number of accompanying family members. In the waiting area for suspected COVID-19 patients, anyone in the respiratory waiting area should wear face mask. Triage area, including respiratory waiting area, should be cleaned at least twice a day with a focus on frequently touched surfaces. Cleaning can be done with 0.5% chlorine or 7% alcohol for services that do not tolerate chlorine. Now, what healthcare workers can do to protect themselves and their patients during triage. All healthcare workers should adhere to standard IPC infection prevention and control precautions, which includes contact and droplet precautions. And healthcare workers who come in contact with suspected or confirmed COVID-19 patients should wear appropriate PPE, personal protective equipment. Follow appropriate PPE donning and doffing. Donning means how to wear it, and doffing means how to remove it. So all these healthcare workers should be familiar with donning and doffing of PPE.